In this week's video, the first half is fish, and the second half is the black dragon.
Just got these catfish in, and we're gonna take them and release them in the pond. There's 500 of them. Let me get them out of here in the office. We'll bring them to the pond. We got 100 catfish per bag. 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. Let's go release them into the pond. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm gonna create fishing ponds. These are the smallest catfish I have ever seen. I used to buy 5 to 7s for 85 cents a piece back in the year 2018. Now I paid $2.25 for these, but I guess I'm kind of lucky I could get them at all. It takes about 1 year to make a 1.5 pound catfish, and I got multiple ponds here connected by waterfalls. We're gonna release the catfish, and I'm trying to build like a paradise fishing area. Maybe for kids, like you ever see like kids fishing only? You've seen that before, right? At trout ponds and stuff. Well, I'm gonna try to build some sort of a beautiful catfishing pond here. And then, you know, I got tilapia in my big 350-foot pond. I got great big 2-pound tilapia, and Jerry Wolf caught a 10-pound largemouth bass. So this, everybody, is kind of like my Gilligan's Island pond. So I got the waterfalls in the back. There's waterfalls all over this property. We've got 5, 6, 7 waterfalls that I got surplus from Universal Rocks. I got these pumps off Amazon. I wired everything up. And this is what we have. We're gonna put catfish and water lilies everywhere. It's gonna look amazing. Okay, start dumping.
You know, this garden has come a long way in the 5 years I've been building it. This stream has really grown in nicely, and the birds have accepted it as their home.
This is a big day at Hope Nurseries. I'm finally putting water in this 2,500 gallon tank.
We are filling the tank with both well water and water from another tank. And I was really praying that this tank would not leak. Half filled and still no leaks. All the way filled, and I'm carefully examining the silicone seal. Please don't leak, please. Looks like we're out of the woods, so I can transfer the fish back into the tank.
A problem we have here is the well water here is filled with iron. And then when we get it out of the well, it takes a few days for the water to become clear, maybe 3 days. If I use activated carbon, it goes quicker, but still it's never clear coming out of the well. It's always a problem when I do large water changes. The water is never clear. It always takes a couple of days. So we're gonna transfer the fish from this 2,500 gallon tank to another 2,500 gallon tank. We have in here, we have 4 phantom red-tailed catfish. It looks like we have a couple of Peruvian sharks. We've got a couple of large black pacus here. It looks like we have an iridescent shark, and we have a miscellaneous catfish. I think those are catfish. It's the type of tiger shovel nose, but it's not the common tiger shovel nose. So we'll take a closer look at it once we get it out of the tank here. Okay, so we got the first fish here. Here comes a big black pacu. We got this on a rescue from predatory fins, probably, what do you think, Tom? Better part of a 10-pound fish?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Good.
Okay, this is the first phantom catfish. Okay, keep going. the iridescent shark?
Yes.
So we just gotta wait a day or two, and this water's gonna be crystal clear. I can't wait. And you know what? We gotta be careful with the next fish, Tom. We got these Peroon sharks, and I don't think you can replace a Peroon shark for $2,000. If you do have a big Peroon shark for sale, let me know. These here are only a couple of feet, but when we get to the big tank, I got a 4-foot Peroon shark. I have no idea how I'm gonna move them. I have no idea.
So, Tom, we're thinking of planting up our black dragon exhibit. So the lizard's doing great. He's a little shy, so he doesn't always want to come out, but he comes out enough to eat his food and to go back into his shift. But we're thinking if we put some plants in there, that it'll make him a little more comfortable to come out and kind of not be so exposed in that big enclosure. So instead of us picking the plants, we figured we know a plant guy we could ask. And what do you think about what species of plants and why they might benefit this black dragon?
A challenge that we have, you have screen on the bottom, right?
Yes, for the
So-
dig out.
So you almost got to build up the soil.
Right.
You build up the soil, and then you're going to plant on top of the screen.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So I brought you in this greenhouse because I have big plants in little pots.
Okay.
Look at these bright yellow philodendrons,
Yeah, these are really cool.
and these are vining.
Mm-hmm.
And if you mixed the red with the yellow,
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
you see it really pops. I would say less is more.
Okay.
I would think if you guys are new to like landscaping, so if you took this,
Mm-hmm.
get that next to that next to that, and then maybe we put a banana. This is the bloodleaf banana. This is
Okay.
super, super cool. Look at that leaf.
Does it actually fruit?
It does. So this is an ornamental banana, but even the ornamental bananas have fruit. They just have lots of seeds, and they may break your teeth if you.
Gotcha.
But they all produce the fruit.
Okay. So you think we should take it out of the plastic, right?
Yes, positively.
And then build up the soil around it,
Yes,
and then we're going above the screen.
yes.
Okay.
So maybe you could try something like that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like
Okay, I like that a lot. You don't want something to look too confusing. You want something that complements each other. 3 bromeliads. Now, if you want something larger to make him feel secure,
Yeah.
you could do a macho fern. Would you just want the one macho fern? I mean, he's only the size of a frond,
Yeah.
so he could go under those fronds.
Yeah, absolutely he could. He could absolutely hide in this. So we would have this cluster of 3, this cluster of 3, and this guy's singular.
Looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it looks amazing. And this pretty much is going to fill our open space. So
Yeah.
I think we're good with this amount of plants. And the way you have them arranged is probably how we're going to be planting them, right? So we'll have this cluster. And I think this is what will kind of bring his confidence up, because he can climb underneath it and be kind of hidden from above. And then these are really going to just make the exhibit pop with the colors and the contrast. And I think combined, it'll all come together really nicely. And we'll get the visual aspect that we're looking for. And we'll also benefit the animal with having him feel a little safer to come out in the open. Okay, so we've got the food just kind of sitting right in front of him. He does eat off the tongs. But I just placed it in front of him to see if he is even warm enough to eat at all. If you look at the sky, it is literally raining right down the property on the other side, so it feels pretty cool out here. So I'm not expecting him to eat, but he is out basking, trying to warm up a little bit. So we wanted to offer him, because we are going to be doing some revamping in here soon, and you guys will see that. We're going to take a lot of this bare space in here and kind of beautify it. We're going to put some plants in here and add a bunch of soil, and that way he feels a little safer when it comes to coming out and basking. You can see he's not scared of us, really. He's out and we're in here and he hasn't budged. But you could tell when he was in a really small exhibit, granted he was always trying to escape constantly, but he was a lot more brave because he was in such a small spot. And actually there he goes. He's starting to tongue flick that fish. He's eating a piece of it. Excellent. So yeah, I think the plants are going to beautify this enclosure up, and they're also going to allow him to have additional hiding spots because he does really like his hide box that KJ built. He spends a lot of time in there, and his other favorite spot is up the tree here, right? But we want this to look beautiful for the guest and for him to have more enrichment in here, more things to smell, more things to hide in, more things to do basically. But he's had enough food. He's had enough of us bothering him on this cloudy day. So he's heading back inside. He's like, I am out of here. Pretty cool interaction with this guy. And I think he's gonna enjoy the exhibit once it's all said and done. All right, we got the plants unloaded and we're just kind of brainstorming. I mean, we have an idea of how Tom wants it from the last part of the video, but we're just kind of putting a little game plan together. We're about to scrape up the tools, start moving some soil in. That way we can hide the pots on a lot of this stuff. But this is our lineup. We got some pretty good stuff, and we'll see how this turns out. KJ was just even mentioning putting some plants on the outside of the enclosure to cover up the wood wall on the bottom. So maybe that's something we look at as well, because even just putting them here as a placeholder until we start putting these in the ground, it just looks so much better when you're facing this exhibit. Not that the wood is ugly, but it's just nice to cover up that bottom area right there. So we'll see how this turns out and what ideas we get along the way while we're doing it. Okay, so we just got 20 bins of dirt in here, shoveled them up, got them over here. And so we've got this half of the exhibit raised up significantly compared to the front end, because that's where we want to plant these plants. So we're going to take this plastic hide out now that he has his real hide, and the monitor is in there right now. We've got the door shut so we can work without worrying about him. So we've got the soil built up quite a bit, and now we're going to start rearranging these plants and getting them in place. And this is the one that Tom said will take over. So we're gonna put him in the back. Maybe he'll even climb up our 1x1 screen a little bit. And I forget the names of these plants. Sorry, Tom. This is a green lizard plant. Starting to come together. I think we're gonna have some extra plants because we don't want to crowd it too much. We do still have a few spots open, so we may just be perfect. But it is coming together quickly, and it's looking beautiful so far. This is what this exhibit needed, surely. And then maybe to top it off, we can get some of those cool air plants Tom has and get like 2 or 3 of them on the underside of this log so that he doesn't damage them, because he does use this tree a lot. So we got the exhibit planted up, and we kind of followed Tom's stencil that he showed us the best we can, and I think it came out great. Everything's spaced out. The contrast with the purples and the greens looks really nice, and we put a ton of soil in here, so hopefully the monitor's not just gonna come trample on this stuff and damage it and knock it down, which there's always that possibility, but it's a risk we're willing to take when it comes to making him a little more comfortable in here. So it's great, it's visually appealing, it's exactly what we wanted, it's beautiful. Hopefully it stands up. These plants will get some sunlight, some rain, and hopefully they'll thrive in here, and we'll see as it grows if it starts to consume this exhibit and even look better in the future. But from out here, it's just, I mean, it takes it up a whole nother notch. It's amazing looking. Take a few steps back, and I think we get some plants in on the ground on the outside out here. Really make it pop even from a distance, since we are in a botanical garden. And then this exhibit will be completely done, so look at that.
Well, today Andrew and KJ, they are doing the Black Dragon enclosure without me. And I also have people doing the second 2,500 gallon aquarium without me, because I promised my employees a day fishing on the lake here. So I brought Jerry and Kagan down here, and I brought a half dozen of my employees, and we had a good time here today. I just want to see how Andrew did with the Black Dragon enclosure.
And of course, Kagan caught the largest fish. A really cool thing here are these sandhill cranes. Occasionally we'll have them on the Apopka property, but we always have them here in Winter Garden. This trio has been with us all year long. Well, I am curious to see how Andrew and KJ is doing on the Black Dragon enclosure. Let's take a look.
Andrew, this does look pretty good.
Yeah, I think it came out pretty well. It pops.
You know, the viewers have been, a couple of viewers anyways, have been saying, hey, when are you going to put some plants in the exhibits?
Yeah, we've been having that same thought. We got a million tasks to do, but we want to at least try to do something like this every couple weeks and spruce up an exhibit. And I think this being the first one that we've kind of given an attempt at, it came out really well.
Oh man, we need to do like an exhibit a week.
Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, this really came out nice. I love it.
So we just filled this 2,500 gallon tank, and I was out today, but while I was gone, they glued all the panels into this other 2,500 gallon tank. And what I have is, so we'll have a 2,000 gallon tank on the left, we'll have a 2,000 gallon tank on the right, and then I'm gonna put a 400 gallon all acrylic tank right here. So you'll have a 5-foot window of fish, a 6-foot window of fish, a 5-foot window of fish. And then this right here is just one of, each one of these tanks is gonna have 3 windows. I can't wait to get this done. I'm gonna show you a little video just looking into one window. And there's gonna be 11 windows.
We will see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.